Good morning and welcome to another fantastic edition of Plot Sport. I'm Mudashiru Shitu and we'll be looking at important sport stories trending in Nigeria. As usual on the program, the interest is always from the local league here to Africa and to the rest of the world, because if we don't promote our sport, who will do that for us? Yes, on this note, I'll take you to an event that happened yesterday in Lagos at the National Stadium. There's a report on this incident. But let me give you, if you're on the hold-up between Surulere National Stadium to Ojuelegba, you realize that there were good luck along that axis. And the reason why is because of para-athletes protesting the exclusion of some of their games for the forthcoming National Sport Festival. And the background is this: the Federal Ministry of Youth and Sport wants to remove the para games away from the National Sport Festival. The National Sport Festival is our own Olympics. So instead of us having the National Sport Festival with the para event together, there will be a separate para event for the para athletes, while the National Sport Festival will only be for the able athletes. So that's why they are protesting. And in this report, you have more details on the reason why there's so much gridlock and the reason why the para athletes protested yesterday at the National Sport Festival. Enjoy this.
Proposed plans of the Federal Ministry of Youth and Sports Development to separate para events from the National Sports Festival have met gridlock as the Nigeria para-athletes community staged a protest at the National Stadium in Lagos over the plan of the Sports Ministry to exclude them at the biennial festival. One of the protesters, a wheelchair tennis coach, gave reasons why the protest took place.
The reason why the protest is staging now is that initially on Monday we sent a kind of information out to the directors to find out, and to the minister, so that we can have a roundtable meeting then to know reason why those sports are not included. But up to this moment, we have not got a tangible response from there. So from that Monday, we told them that a protest will be carried out. We actually have a mini protest on Monday that is not as effective as they say. So today, since we gave them 24 hours deadline to have those information, and we could not have it, so we decided to come and talk, for them to come and give us the reason why our sports are being excluded.
Deaf sports is one of the sports planned to be excluded from the forthcoming National Sports Festival taking place in Asaba, Delta State.
They feel cheated. They feel like they've taken their main source, their own livelihood away from them. And this has become a pattern. This is not the first time. They can't be doing this when these people have trained for the past 2 years, only at the last minute for you to come and say you don't have enough budget to cater for them. That's not human. Because if you consider these people, you will look at the effort they've put into it for the last 2 years and not even give them an explanation. This can be discussed, but you just remove them without letting them know, giving them no reason, and you say you don't have enough budget. But you have budget to invite international delegates to come and be part of a national festival when your own people here are not part of it. This is the height of discrimination. Don't let us say it anyhow. Don't let us, coin it.
The Ministry of Sports Lagos Liaison Office explained that the festival was transitioning into 2 different games and that the special athletes had their National Sports Festival earlier this year in Abuja.
The para games for your group, and that games took place in April in Abuja. Yes, that game took place in Abuja in April, and that's where your own games are. Now, maybe, just maybe, because you have your games already, which I'm sure they were going to be an annual event. So if you did yours in April, this is the one they are doing now in Asaba, and maybe you do your own next year. So I don't, for Asaba to say no, and the ministry is working, actually, ministry is working on your letter. But I want you to debunk the fact that you've been withdrawn for no reason. You've been withdrawn for the para games. You have your own games specifically, just like we have the Paralympics. So you have your own now.
According to Shodikbo Latif, the proposed plan to separate the special athletes from the National Sports Festival is not based on fairness.
The government want to separate para game with the able body. They are not supposed to include. Listen! I like to talk now. Powerlifting is there. Yes. It's going to feature in this Delta Festival. Table tennis is there. Athletics is there. Why that 3 sports and the other sports will be removed? So let's separate it. Those 3 sports should join us. So we should be doing it together.
It is yet to ascertain if the plan of the Federal Ministry of Youth and Sports to separate para sports from the National Sports Festival will be achieved.